name is Ryan Sequin, and today I'm going to show you how to make an eggplant parmesan. You'll need at least 2 or 3 eggs, pasta sauce, and breadcrumbs, shredded cheese, and last but not least, you'll want an eggplant. I'm first going to take a paper plate, that's all you need, and my breadcrumbs. Now, I'm using Italian breadcrumbs because this is an eggplant parmesan. However, if you wanted, you could use breadcrumbs of any different flavor of bread. It wouldn't make that much of a difference. And I'm just going to take these breadcrumbs and pour a healthy pile onto the plate. You just need enough so that when we do coat our eggplants, there's enough to spread the entire slice. So I'm actually going to set this to the side for now. And I'm going to take my bowl and some eggs, and I'm going to crack 2 to 3 eggs into the bowl. You want to make sure that you don't get any of the shell into the bowl. We don't want any of it to end up into our final dish. Now, in order for the eggs to properly coat the eggplants, we're going to want to mix the yolk with the whites. Otherwise, they're going to end up kind of goopy and kind of messy. So I'm just going to take my whisk and I'm going to make sure that I get an even consistency, breaking up the yolks as I go. You can also mix them with a fork or a spoon if you have. It doesn't really matter how you do it, just as long as you end up with an even consistency. I'm going to take my whisk aside and get my breadcrumbs ready. We're just going to take the slice of eggplant, dip it into eggs, and then roll it around in the breading. Once they're evenly coated, we're going to take our pan and place them in. We want to make sure that the eggplants line the bottom of our pan because they're the first layer of what's going to be a 6-layer dish. So it's going to take about 3 or 4 for this first layer. And I'm just going to quickly put the breading over them. As you can see, this is sort of a messy part of the job. You're going to get egg all over you. You're going to get the breadcrumbs. You'll have time to wash your hands afterwards, I promise. While we were waiting, I did go ahead and bread several extra slices of the eggplant for our next layers. But the one we want to put on next is our pasta sauce. Now, I'm just using a generic pasta sauce that you can find at any grocery store. But if you wanted, you could get different flavors of pasta sauce, or you can even go ahead and make your own. We need to add the cheese. Now, for this dish, I'm going to use a mozzarella cheese. You can also use Parmesan. I'd stay away from cheddar or Colby Jack. They're not best suited for an eggplant Parmesan like this. So, you want to evenly coat your cheese, but it doesn't necessarily matter how much you put on overall. I like to add a few extra handfuls of cheese onto this dish. And we, again, want to make sure that it's evenly spread throughout. After we're finished with that, we're going to want to go ahead and do the same thing all over again. So we're going to take the eggplant that I previously breaded and create another layer. We're going to add another layer of pasta sauce. And we're going to make sure to evenly spread it over the eggplant. And then finally, we're going to garnish the dish with cheese. After everything's evenly coated, we're ready to put it into the oven. And there you have it, the perfect eggplant parmesan.